So the next site we're going to work on is an optional site. It's called Pinboard.in. Pinboard.in is a paid bookmarking site. It's $11 per year, so it's under $1 a month. It used to be a one-time registration fee, and so I've been using it for years now. But they switched over to a yearly fee. So it's $11 per year. And for that reason, I recommend that you only use Pinboard.in for branded accounts. Like if you're providing services or building networks for local businesses, or if you have your own branded business network or branded network for like an affiliate site or a blog or anything like that. I certainly don't recommend you do this for persona accounts or for accounts that you're not going to build a strong brand around, because it's got an $11 per year expense, which isn't much, but I only recommend using it for branded accounts. And if it's for a client that you're building this for, you just send the client to the sign up page where they can sign up so that they're handling the billing for it instead of you. That's what I recommend. And once they sign up, they can send you the login details, and then you can connect everything. But that way they're paying for the billing and not you, excuse me. Recommended that I do recommend that you do use it for branded accounts though, because it's pretty powerful. And so we're going to jump over to Firefox, and you can see that I'm at pinboard.in, and where it says sign up for $11 for a year, I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to go ahead and start to create the account. And then when I get to the PayPal screen, I'll go ahead and pause the screen while I go through checkout. But the username is going to be Get It Done. Email, we're going to use the Gmail address. A real name, Vernon Dunn, and in the password, which is going to be the same as always. And the basic, we can do $11 per year for a basic account, or if you're doing an archival, which has got full text search and everything else, is $25 a year. You don't need that. Just go with the $11 per year. Click Create Account. Now it's going to ask, you can pay with a credit card or you can pay with PayPal. I'm going to go ahead and pay with PayPal, so I'm going to click Pay Now. Pay with my PayPal account. And now I'm going to pause while I go through the checkout procedure. Okay, so I just went through the checkout procedure. Now it says it's welcome to Pinboard. We've been sent an activation email, and I need to click the activation link in the email in order to get started. So we come back over to Gmail, we'll click refresh. You'll see account bot Pinboard activation. We're going to click on that, and then click on this verification or activation URL. Okay, so account activated. You can go through the quick tips if you want, but what I want to do is just go in here and click on login, and we're going to add the username and then the password. Click login, and now we're inside the dashboard. So there's only a few things that we need to do in here to finish setting up this account. Pinboard is very simple. I love Pinboard, I really do. I've always liked this site, but it's very simple, and so it's real easy to set up. The only thing we're going to do is come over here and go to settings, and you'll see that one thing I want to do is where it says let's see, display the URL under each bookmark title. We want to click on that. Now there's a couple other things. We're gonna have to click the update settings button in just a minute. There's a couple other things. Okay, Instapaper, which is also another an optional site that you can create. We used to use Instapaper in the IFTTT networks in the first version, but now it's an optional site because Instapaper no longer has an RSS feed output. And it does have a public profile page now, which it didn't have before, but there's a manual aspect to Instapaper where you can automatically save stuff into Instapaper through IFTTT, but in order for those items to show on a public profile page, you have to log into Instapaper and then click a share button for each item. So there's a manual aspect to that. And again, these networks are supposed to be for automation. So we're going to go through setting up an Instapaper account, but I recommend that just be used as an optional site if you are like only managing one network. And for a branded network, if you're a business owner and you want to use Instapaper to give you a little bit of additional SEO benefit, you can, but it's going to require a manual aspect. Maybe once a week you log in and share all of the items that are inside your Instapaper account, whatever. But so the older accounts, the older Instapaper accounts did have an RSS feed URL. So you could have added that here, but again, new accounts don't. So that's pretty much useless to us for new accounts. Readability is another site that you can connect in IFTTT. I don't recommend setting it up though. Those accounts get terminated very, very easily when you automate posting to them. So I just don't use Readability. In fact, we're not even going to do a video on Readability. Pocket, however, we do use Pocket, and we had already done a video on in the training for Pocket. And so what's cool about Pocket is you can add the Pocket username in here and auto add the Pocket items to Pinboard, okay? But we're going to be posting the Pinboard via IFTTT anyways, so we don't need to do that. We can if we want, but we can also do the same thing with Twitter. We can add a Twitter account to Pinboard to where Pinboard will bring the tweet URLs in, which is kind of cool. And so that way we can actually create a public bookmark in Pinboard for each tweet URL, which is kind of beneficial. So we will end up connecting to Twitter. But I just wanted to kind of just walk through these different options here and explain a little bit about each one of them. But the only thing that we need to do on this page right here is click on the display the URL under each bookmark title and click update settings. Okay, so now it's been updated. The next thing we can do is we want to go over to privacy, and you'll see that there says enable public profile here. We definitely want to turn that on and click update settings. Okay, so now that gives us a public profile page, which is what we want. Okay, the next thing we can do is come over here and go to Twitter, and you'll see where it says add an account, and it tells you right here Pinboard lets you import bookmarks from up to 3 Twitter accounts, but we never post to your Twitter stream. So Pinboard does not post to Twitter, it will only import tweets, and that can be valuable. So I'm going to click on add account, and it's going to ask for authorization. So I'm going to go grab my password, paste it in, and authorize the app. Please configure your settings for this account. Add links in tweets for this account as bookmarks, or add links in Twitter favorites as bookmarks. So and add hashtags as tags. So this is if there's a hashtag in the tweet, you can do that, and it will add the hashtag from the tweet as a tag inside of the as a Pinboard tag. Okay. Add links and tweets for this account as bookmarks. You would want them as this would be any link within a tweet. Okay. This would be, if you selected this option, it would only be links within Twitter, within tweets that you had favorited. So this would require, if you were logging in and actually using the Twitter account often, then you could use this option and only have favorited tweets be posted to your Pinboard account. But I recommend that you just go with the add links for all links, okay? And then when we go through the testing process, we'll take a look at this and see how it works, because we're going to automate any syndication, any content syndication to Pinboard through IFTTT. However, then that same syndication, that same URL is going to be syndicated to Twitter. But then the tweet URL, that's a unique URL, right? So the reason why I think it's okay to import the Twitter URL into Pinboard also, even though you're going to have duplicate, you're going to have basically 2 bookmarks for each URL. One of them is going to be a tweet URL. So you're pushing SEO equity over to your Twitter account through Pinboard, which can be valuable, okay? So that's why I say that. But when we get to the testing portion, we'll come back and double check it, and we'll see how it looks. And if it looks like it's too much, or it ends up being the same URL for both bookmarks, the one that we post from IFTTT and then the one that's imported from Twitter automatically, then we'll just turn this option off. So for right now, I'm going to click activate, and it says that it has been activated, okay? So that's pretty much it for Pinboard. Next thing, we just want to make sure that we click on this little profile link URL, open that up in a new tab, and this is going to be our username, or excuse me, our profile URL. So we're going to come over here and scroll down to where it says Pinboard and paste that in. And then the username is going to be Get It Done. The password is the same as always is, as well as the email. And last is the RSS feed URL. You'll see there's an RSS link right here. This is going to be the RSS feed URL. Once we add bookmarks to here, the bookmarks will appear here. So we're going to copy this URL and paste this over here in the RSS URL column. Okay, and then we can go into SERP space and add it there also. So we'll go over to network management. We're going to go to view for this project and add domain. We're going to add the Pinboard domain, and then we're going to grab the Pinboard RSS feed. Paste this in as well. Click add domain. Okay, looks good to me. All right, so that's it for Pinboard, and we'll see you in the next